Today going to share with you guys my best practice in terms of creating a long-lasting makeup, especially for this hot weather. It is about 36 degrees on daily basis in Changsha at the moment, and it is very wet hot. So it's not like in England you do feel hot, but you're not easy to get that sweaty. So if you want your makeup last forever in this type of weather, then keep on watching. So after prep your face, I start with a setting spray. I'm kind of using like a sandwich layered steps to create a long-lasting foundation or the base of your face. In summertime, in the sweaty weather, the worst thing you don't want to happen to yourself is your foundation start melting on your face. It gets cakey and it gets smooth and it gets, you know, all over the places. When people look at you, they go, yeah, your mask cracking, you know. So I start with a setting spray. What I would recommend is the setting spray that you feel is long lasting on you. So everyone have different preference. For me, the long lasting spray I feel I use well, one is from Florasis. This one appeared in my video so many times. And the from drugstore L'Oreal setting spray, this one for finishing as well. It's really good. And another one is from, I don't have that MAC one, but I only have this MAC Prep and the Prime. This is more for prime purposes. If you use this to set for combine the oily to oily skin, it doesn't last that long. But MAC now have the similar one like L'Oreal. They have, you know, the small white powder thing at the bottom. You also need to shake it and then you spray. That's designed for oily skin. And that one does last really long. I have that bottle in UK, but unfortunately not here. But because I have so many setting sprays to finish, so I'm not going to repurchase that one. But anyway, let's start with the setting spray. Once it's dried, then you use your concealer, your foundation as usual. Today what I'm going to use for primer, I'm going to recommend this one to you guys. Is from E.l.f. This is a nice discovery. It's called E.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is designed for oily skin. When I first time open it, you look at it, look like a body cream, look like soap, and look like very buttery. I was like, is this going to be long lasting and designed for oily skin? Is kind of, you know, scary and worry. But once you massage into your skin, it magnify your skin a little bit, not hugely, which is my liking. Is absorb a little bit face oil and skin oil on the surface, and I tried it a few times. It is absolutely long lasting. For pore minimizing, as it says, I think there are better primers for this, but for long lasting, especially designed for oily skin, oh, you guys have to try this one. And E.l.f., you know, good price range. So I normally do is just rub it on my finger and just straight away use in the area that I normally have oil or pores problems. Consider it is more like a butter type of texture. It can be absorbed by your skin very quickly. Then just to use a concealer just to correcting the under eye dark circle. Just a little bit. Then move on to foundation. Foundation, obviously you choose your preferred long-lasting foundation. Today I'm going to use is from Pony Effect Cushion Foundation. This one I haven't used for a long time, but this one is long lasting, at least on my skin. And I like the finish is it's natural finish towards a little bit dewy. So give a nice reflection on your skin. Although we're going to set it, because this cushion foundation is still long lasting, so I don't mind the little bit doing this on, you know, my skin. And I'm still going to use a damp sponge. I just don't really like to use the puff for that. I think it's my technique not that up yet. So it's just feel with damp sponge it gets better. This is already a damp sponge, but before I dip into it, I'm going to spray the setting spray on the damp sponge. So let the setting spray actually work with the foundation to get your second layer still locked onto your skin. And this foundation is whitened up your skin very well. Today's look are going to be very simple, long lasting as I mentioned, but it is also very elegant, lady, soft makeup look. Very, very classic for any season actually. You can tell this probably look like slightly lighter than my skin tone, but it does oxidize a little bit, and we can fix it later. This Pony Effect one, although it's a cushion foundation, but has very good coverage. Okay, then before we set with powder, we use the setting spray again. You may think it's very time consuming. Once you know your own routine, it is actually very quick. Besides, we're going to save time on other parts such as eye look, lipstick or blush. Those things you can just use the one you can just grab on your desk, you use on daily basis. Once, especially summer sweaty time, you set a good base, you pile up anything on top of it, you look delicious. Okay, once it's dry, then I still use the damp sponge, then use a tissue, but not the full tissue, it's just one thin layer of it, if you are able to open it, okay, just like that. I learned this from Wingots. He was suggesting that if you want your foundation to last longer, before you set with powder, you wrap a clean tissue paper with the sponge, just gently tap all over your face, and just to absorb any additional assets or additional foundation, to let it, you know, sit in with your skin even better. Have a look, this is my mom. Mom says hello. And you see, this is really good. And then you can now set your face. In terms of powder, again, you have your own preference. For translucent powder, myself really prefer is from Makeup Forever. This one, I think this red cap is a special edition, but the normal line is the black cap. That one is really, really good. It lasts long, doesn't emphasize your face oil. Instead, it's very much control a little bit to make your makeup last additional couple of hours. This translucent powder is really, really good. For colored setting powder or foundation powder, you guys know what's my favorite. One is from Fit Me Maybelline Poreless matte and the Poreless powder, and the other one is from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't have to reiterate that how good this one is, and absolutely worth every single penny that you paid for this one. For today, I'm going to use a translucent powder. So once I use the brush, then I dip my damp sponge into the powder. I don't bake, but just to help set the area that easy to have face oil on. I find with this extra step, it's really lock everything in. Personally, I feel bake may not suitable for everyone if you're too dry skin. At least for me, when I bake my under eye area, it's always get creases afterwards. But I find if I use a damp sponge, just dip it into powder but not bake it, having a thin layer, just gently tap into the area I wanted really to be stable and set. I find this one, it doesn't cross any cakeness or doesn't create any crease, and it's really lasts long. Okay, then before we move on to anything else, we're going to do another setting spray. It's all about setting spray, so that's why, you know, for summertime, if you want a good one, go for L'Oreal. Very good value for money, very effective and lasts long, and you don't feel, you know, too heartbreaking that you got to spray this many times. As the eyebrow contour and the blush, I'm not using anything new, so we're going to fast forward this part. Just so you guys know, blush, I'm going to use NARS one, which is Behave. You guys know this one. Then we're going to focus to talk about the eye look today. Simple, straightforward, elegant, clean, classic, beautiful, simple, straightforward. I can pile up more words, but we come back to it. For the eyeshadow today, I'm going to introduce to you guys some nice single eyeshadows. They are a beautiful ones. So easy to use, very natural color, and so suitable for a classic, simple, straightforward eye look. Let's start with this two from L'Oreal. This is L'Oreal's oil eyeshadow. I have color number 2 False, which is a matte color, and another 121 is a stain like shimmy color. The quality of L'Oreal this oil eyeshadow is a absolutely beautiful surprise. Let me do the swatches for you. Let's do the matte one. You ready? This is a very nice warm tone brown earthy color. When you touch it, it is, how to say, you feel like not sponge, not smooth. You know, compare with Colourpop. Colourpop have a similar like mashed potato, that type of high pigment single eyeshadow pot. When you press inside, you feel it's very much like a mashed potato. This one is slightly firmer than Colourpop one, but when you do the swatches, you clearly can feel there are oil feel in there. It's very cream smooth, but once you blend it out, it's into powder feel straight away. And look how easy to blend it out, especially if you just use on the skin directly. Look, because it has oil in there, therefore it melts in with the skin so well. This color is very similar as Giorgio Armani's. The last time I recommend, I think it's color 23. This one I would say is only tiny a little bit different, but once you smudge it out, they look absolutely identical. So this is actually can be the, you know, drugstore dupe for the Giorgio Armani's 23 eye tint. Then I have another shimmer color. Still can do, still going. Look how beautiful it is. It is a very, very beautiful sheen, but it's not as extreme as to the very metallic, that type of sheen. It is, in a way, it's become a very, very metallic. Sometimes it's not daily wearable in a way, and this you can totally wear on daily basis. And you can just dot it in the middle of your eyes, your inner corners, and look at this color. This is warm tone, a little bit orange base. This one you can add on top of any eye look you have, and this color would go with it, unless it's too cool tone. No, I think too cool tone is still can use as. It's my grandma's phone, just so you know. My grandma is next door at the moment. She can't really hear, therefore her ringtone is extremely loud. So we're going to cut this bit off. And this color also, you can use it on its own. Although it's a shimmer, it doesn't make your eyes look puffy. Absolutely not. And I don't know why. I use this on its own. It just looks so, how to say, it adds a little bit base color on your eyelid, but when people just scan at you or just had a peek of you, they don't feel there is something obvious on your eyes, but your eyes are very, bling in a way. This is very, very cool color. And one more is from a brand called Ameli. I think this is what it's called. Ameli is a South Korean brand. This is a single eyeshadow and it's called Rose Brown. This is exactly as is described in a rose brown color. Let me do this. Let me put those three colors together. So on the top one is from the Korean brand called Ameli. And this one is from L'Oreal, which is the earthy brown color number 2 Force. And this is the shimmer color number 21. It depends on your skin tone. If you are more cool tone type of skin, I would recommend to go for the Korean one. Even your warm tone, you still can use it. It's not too gray, therefore it still looks very nice on you. It's more like an ashy rose brown color as is described. This is way much more warm tone on L'Oreal, and this two combo and this two combo all look beautiful on you. You know what, as L'Oreal, this brown, you guys have seen my last video of Giorgio Armani one, so I'm going to skip this but to use the Korean brand as well as the shimmer color together for today's eye look. Again, I think my eyebrow today is not that good, but anyway, as I dip into this color, just sweep all over the eyelid. Do you see the pigmentation? I like this type of pigmentation, like medium. So when you use the brush and sweep onto your eyes, you clearly see the color appearing on it, but it's not too much. Therefore, you're easy to correct it, you're easy to blend it out. It's so friendly for beginners. You wouldn't get wrong with this type of eyeshadows. When you feel the eye colors is enough on your eyelid, then I use a slightly smaller brush, dip into the same color, then just emphasize the out corner. Everyone needs and should have this type of classic color, that never gone wrong color. Yes, obviously you can have your preferred, purple, blue, green, yellow, all that type of colors to create the different eye looks, or maybe go with your clothes, dress or special occasions. But on day-to-day basis, I would highly recommend for all of you to stock up some colors like this. Then I said emphasize a little bit on the out corner. Then I will still use the same color work with the gelled eyeliner, but we touch base on that one in a minute. And now we just change to the L'Oreal shimmer color L'Oreal shimmer color number 21. So for this shimmer color, I will only use this tiny bit just to gently highlight the middle of the eye. Then I use a very small flat brush, dip into the shimmer color just to put a little bit for the under eye area, just under your eyeball, just in the middle of here, only a tiny little bit. This one I find is really help your eye look pop. Can you see the difference? I dotted here, this one without, this one with. And then we use a gelled eyeliner. Here I don't use a liquid eyeliner. It's because when you use a liquid eyeliner, the color can be a little bit too rich for this type of eye look. Therefore, gelled eyeliner is easier and easier to smudge it out to let it become more soft. Today, the same AKF gelled eyeliner. I think this is going to be my holy grail, my top, whatever, soever eyeliner. The wing looks a little bit, it's not perfect smooth wing. Then what you do is to grab a angled brush like that, dip into the eyeshadow color we used earlier, smudge it out. You can use a more thin flat one, but I prefer to use the angled one. Here already have a like pointing area, so you can use this area to fine and smudge out your eyeliner to make it more smooth and pointy. Now can you guys see the difference? Let's both eyes down. You know, today also I will do is towards the end of this video, I will also show you guys the pictures like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, that I will continue record how my makeup actually turns out throughout the day. So keep in tune. Now I just, again, I haven't changed any different color. I will just dip into the same color, use the angled brush, just add a little bit for the under eye out corner, just to emphasize this a little bit. So all we do is not really pile up the color on it, it's really using the shading type of technique to adjust our own eye look to make it into the shape or the structure you prefer. This all come with practice. I'm not a professional makeup artist, I'm not even close to that, but at least when I, doing eye looks, this stuff, the techniques I use at least works on my own face. That's what I need. And that, so practice more on your own face. So I done my mascara. If your eyelashes like me are fairly stubborn and easy to go back, I would recommend to use a mascara primer, so it can help to make it last long. So that's the eye look for today. At least myself really like it. Then let's talk about the highlighters. As I mentioned, I don't want to emphasize the oiliness on my face. Therefore, for highlighters, I don't want to use it too bling or too bright, too metallic, too eye-catching. But I still like a little bit nice glow to appear on the pointing area of my face. So I'm going to use a very subtle, neutral, natural finish the highlighter. Here I recommend 3 to you guys. One is Sephora's limited edition, designed for last year. Last year is rat, right? For the year of rat. This is a very, very nice skin color based highlighter. Let me put the three together, then will make more sense. The other one is from Clinique. It is their powder pop and the Lunar pop. This is another one which is very, very nice. The third one is from JudyDoll. I've been using this for since I bought it. Let me put this three together. Okay, can you guys see? So the top one over here, this is from JudyDoll, and in the middle is from Sephora, and down here it is from Clinique. All three of them doesn't emphasize your skin condition. Therefore, if you do have pores problems, or you have a little bit fine lines here, don't worry about it. It won't reduce it obviously, but it doesn't emphasize it. I want to use all three of them for you guys on the face, but I think for today's look, I think the Clinique one would suits the most. Let's use this one. My one, need to be careful because mine is broken in a way that it actually pops. It says Lunar pop, it actually pops, you see? But the powder itself is perfectly stay in the palette, but it's just the whole thing fall out. For whatever reason, I didn't drop it. Anyway, I just use a small fan brush, tap it off. Okay, let's see this side. Can you guys tell? On day-to-day basis, this is more than enough. But I'm going to add a little bit more just for you guys to see. That's more than enough. And I will only put on the top of my cheek. I wouldn't dust it all over the places. And I will put a little bit under the eyebrow. And for the eye look, if I didn't use the shimmer color, I will just dust a little bit of highlighting area for the middle of the eyes. It also looks neutral, nice and beautiful. Let's have a look again. See, very, very nice. And you totally can tell. It's not type of highlighters that you put on the face that you don't see anything. When you turn your head, you clearly catch the reflection, but it's not too much. Just put a little bit for the brow. That's my mom's sound. She's asking my grandma, do you need to take a nap? Then put a little bit in the nose bridge. Holding a little bit, don't go over the entire bridge, okay? Little bit on top, then little bit for the chin, on top of a little bit the mouth. The benefit of having a neutral, clean, nice eye look is to help you to carry any type of lipstick you want with this type of look. So today what we do is I have three. I don't know which one to use. One is from Charlotte Tilbury's Mrs. Kisses. The other one is from Estée Lauder, Pure Color Illuminating Shine. I got color 914, and the other one is from Florasis. Let me do these swatches. I think Florasis could end up be the winner. The Estée Lauder one is more summer, like water reflection, very wet finish. You can tell this is more rosy, medium tone. Charlotte Tilbury is more towards warm tone slightly, and this is a very nice watermelon color. As it's summertime, let's go for the Estée Lauder one. I think this could be a little bit too bright, and let's just tone it down. Now I just put a little bit the Florasis, this lipstick, which is this one on top of it, just to cool it down a little bit. We're not finished yet. Don't think we're finished. We need to do the setting spray for the one last time. Thank you so much guys for watching and for hanging out with me. Hope you liked today's video and you find helpful in a way. If you do, don't forget to give me a thumb up and most importantly to subscribe my channel. I will see you on my next one.